To bring us up to speed with the latest developments pertaining that subject. A very good morning, comrade. Bring us up to speed. What's the latest?
Yes, good morning, brother. And you know, some people were telling me that, elections campaigning and election hearing is now done. But there are so many pending issues and grievances that many of the candidates or those who were in the primaries of NRM that are still holding dear on their hearts. That's why I'm just next to Mr. Davis Beingana Nkunda. He is the publicity secretary for an organization. It's called the Action for Transformation and Sustainable Development Association. This is an organization that has been formed, registered, and bringing together over 4,000 for now, those who are candidates in the NRM primaries, but they are now trying to regroup, and they will be launching this organization next week on Wednesday in Mbarara. And he is going to let me know some of the issues they are still holding on their hearts and why they are coming together as those who are NRM candidates are in the primaries. Good morning to you, Mr. Bekunda.
Good morning, Mr. Mbide.
Thank you so much for accepting to speak to me. I know you are having more than 4,000 people who are candidates, but what is mainly bringing you together? I know you have even a launch next week.
Actually, I would first correct you. The launch will take place here in Kampala at Hotel Africana on Wednesday. And Action for Transformation and Sustainable Development is an association that was mainly formed to unite all NRM cadres who participated in primary elections so that they can remain relevant politically in their areas of jurisdiction. And we formed it to mobilize the grassroots or the masses or Ugandan communities so that we can sensitize them for socio-economic transformation all over the country so that it can help them improve their ways of living.
When we talk about improving their ways of living, are you trying to look for jobs from the ruling party?
Yeah, somewhere, somehow, these members who participated and who are real NRM cadres need to be considered to do something that can transform their societies. For example, we have parish model development. The NRM government should look first at these people so that they can be occupied in their areas to monitor and implement these programs so that they can remain relevant. When 2026 comes, it finds them when they are ready.
But when you talk about that, giving you jobs and oversee such programs, and you politicizing such programs, and when you look at the job recruitment, and you making it a bit more partisan, trying to do with bribery, not even bribery, but trying to favor those who are members of the NRM, but not all Ugandans. All Ugandans deserve to be given equal opportunities.
Yeah, you are right. All Ugandans need to have equal opportunities. But in this case, NRM cadres or NRM members have not been always considered. We have actually been trying to tell them that they should stop these principles of theirs, of use, dump, ignore, and recycle.
What exactly do you mean?
NRM cadres have been always used during elections, and after elections, they are dumped. And after dumping them, they are ignored. And when time comes back for another election, then they are recycled. They are brought back on board to participate and look for votes, which we are trying to say it should stop with NRM. And why we say so, opposition people have been considered most than NRM cadres themselves. Take an example. If you look into the RDC's offices or other jobs in the government, they are always brought to these positions just because they want to woo them back to NRM or to bring them to NRM, and they ignore their cadres. And at the end of it all, you find we have got membership turnover every year when cadres are going to unknown destinations. They are going into different opposition parties, or others are going independent. That's why actually you are seeing more independents came this time, just because of NRM cadres not being considered favorably.
But isn't that kind of talk and feeling, isn't it creating more disharmony other than cohesion within the party, and even making it even more fertile for more people to leave the party, the exodus from the party to other parties?
No, that's why actually we formed this association, to make sure that NRM cadres are regrouped, are reunited for one cause, to further the ideology of NRM party in all societies in the country. This will strengthen NRM as a party than our members being neglected and leaving the party. But this time around, we want to hold them into one association so that we can always share challenges and ideas and see how we can strengthen and build our party to become a stronger, mighty party as it was before.
This group, Action for Transformation and Sustainable Development Association, you members who failed or were not successful within the primaries of NRM, when you failed to go through to be chosen as the party candidates, don't you think now that it's time to get to work other than trying to see that to point holes maybe in the Electoral Commission? Where are your grievances? Are they with the Electoral Commission or with the top party organization structures?
Generally, what really caused most of the members to be not satisfied and not happy was the way an election was conducted. Instead of having an election, we had a selection.
What do you mean?
The Electoral Commission of NRM had their candidates of their choice, up to actually the sub-county level, and which you could not jump.
I think I saw many of you coming to Chadondo, picking nomination forms and also returning them, and you went back to your districts and you also held these primaries. What happened? I remember there was, at least some areas, there was a lot of chaos.
Generally, there was a lot of bribery during the electoral process, which most of us actually petitioned the NRM Electoral Commission, but there was no fair hearing. And we thought that when we could unite ourselves and have one big voice, maybe they could listen to some of our grievances and see how they can streamline the whole process and the whole system of NRM, so that cadres can move together at the same page and keep on furthering, as I had stated before, the NRM ideology in the whole country.
I first heard about this association in August. Now it's like 4 months after you were formed. What is the response from the top party organs and also from other members that, of course, we are party flag bearers? Are you trying to negotiate what's happening now, and they are just ignoring you from your cause that you are making to them?
Not really. As NRM cadres, actually the Secretariat has been in touch with us and has been guiding us to some areas where we have so far moved to mobilize our cadres or our members. So far we had a meeting in Mbale, we had another one in Arua, we had another one in Igulu. Tomorrow we are having another one in Mbarara, but we are in touch with them. We are trying to tell them that, look here, let's move like this. Let's not leave anybody behind. Let's move together and see how we can have a stronger party that is unshakable.
Okay, January is just after next month, and this will be making it 1 year after the elections. That will mean we are now left with just 4 years to the next election. Is this something that you are looking at as reorganizing yourselves and you creating more competition, more disunity among those who are flag bearers and you? This will create more disharmony within the party.
On this one, we created this association so that we remain relevant in our areas of jurisdiction. First of all, we are leaders. Where these people are not, we are there. Being in parliament today, being that you are supposed to be in parliament forever, so we need to start now showing our people who are voting for us that you have leaders whom you had never tested, who want to work with you so that you can be uplifted. So there is no conflict against us with these flag bearers or members of sitting parliament, but we want them to calm down and we work together and see that people can be consolidated in the party, and then we move forward.
Okay, as we try to wind up, you as the association, where are you seeing the weaknesses, and where do you think the NRM as an organization should focus on to strengthen its existence after 30 or more than 30 years of existence? Where are the weaknesses and how should it fix them so that you have really your cohesion that you need as a party?
NRM as our party, it should consider their cadres for appointments and placements, for monitoring government programs. Again, NRM as a party, to our request, we would wish to harmonize and streamline the Electoral Commission so that in the future they conduct free and fair elections where cadres will not be petitioning our party, where they will be satisfied with the outcome of the results in the elections. Right now, we shall move with them. We are not going anywhere. We are NRM. Only that they need to look into what we tell them so that it is harmonized and streamlined, so that we can form a greater, mighty NRM of the 80s.
Okay, finally, what will happen on Wednesday next week at Hotel Africana as you launch this finally in a few seconds?
At Hotel Africana, when we will be launching our association, we have actually invited all NRM bigwigs, the top leadership of NRM. Actually, we even invited the chief guest as our national chairperson, who is the head of state, though he hasn't confirmed whether he will be there, but he's the invited chief guest.
Thank you so much, Davis Beingana Nkunda, the publicity secretary for an organization that brings together those who are NRM candidates within the NRM primaries. That is the Action for Transformation and Sustainable Development Association. Stephen Imbido and Fefe Swechbuga wishing you a nice weekend. Now taking you back to Romeo Busiku in the studios.
Well, a very good morning once again, Stephen Mbide, and thank you very much for that update. In that regard, we've come to the end of this, show, this beautiful Farahi Day. My name is Romeo Busiku, and we've crowned this week in style. Yes, we'll be right back here. That is on Monday next week, and we are actually talking to, yes, the local government minister, Raphael Majesi, in that regard. But to all the kings, queens, boys and girls who are celebrating their birthdays on this particular day, particularly this young lady, Chirabo Yusra, happy birthday wishes from your dad, that is Anwar Kimserd, and Mom Farida. Happy birthday wishes, Yusra Chirabo, from your dad, that is Anwar Kimserd, and your mom Farida. And of course, all the kings, queens, boys and girls